This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Hazleton's mayor is hopeful about the former St. Joseph's building in Hazleton, but in the meantime, he's working on citing the current owner. Hear what he has to say next. Hello, friends, and make yourselves comfortable, and thank you for stopping by. I'm Ken Kara, and this is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information. The information comes your way from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The governor wants to increase overdose antidote access for first responders and law enforcement. Today, Governor Tom Wolf announced that his proposed 2017-18 budget will include $10 million to provide life-saving naloxone. He says that expanding access to the drug is crucial in continuing the fight against the opioid epidemic. Since November of 2014, more than 2,300 opioid overdoses have been reversed by first responders across the state. The opioid epidemic in our area will be the topic of a two-part series tomorrow and Thursday here on SSPTV. Lisa Sugart sits down with Eileen Panzarella, the Director of Prevention at Pathway to Recovery in Hazleton, to talk about the problem and how to solve it. That's tomorrow and Thursday on SSPTV News. The murder trial of a Hazleton man got underway today in Luzerne County Court. 28-year-old Rafael Max Moro Polanco is accused of the shooting death of 35-year-old Jorge Flaco Marrero in June of 2015. Opening statements got underway this morning, and then the prosecution began by playing a 911 call to report the shooting. The defense says there is no physical evidence tying Moro Polanco to the crime. You can read much more about the trial at standardspeaker.com. What is the future of the former St. Joseph's Hospital in Hazleton? Hazleton officials toured the vacant structure yesterday to check out the structure and explore possible uses.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be on the inside. The building seems structurally sound. Inside there's a lot of vandalism, smashed windows, cracked walls, files dumped all over the place. But structurally it looks, pretty sound. We went through a tour yesterday with the code enforcement, the fire enforcement, and a development company. Just trying to get some ideas, if anybody's interested in, purchasing or trying to develop it later on.
What are your hopes? What do you see as the best case scenario for that building?
Well, I would really like to see it repurposed for some kind of, veterans housing or something. But I understand the cost of getting that back up to code and being utilized. So if it can't be repurposed, then hopefully it could come down and something else could be put there, for many years.
The current owners of the building, you've taken action, you've cited them.
We've been chasing them for a few years now. Lately we've been taking a more aggressive approach with citations and civil citations being filed against them. Trying to just get in touch with them and see what their intentions are. It's the management. There's a management company out of New York, and they state that the owners are out of the country. So this is one way we have to try to, push for communication.
The city filed citations against the building on January 6th. The mayor hopes that the owner will either develop the building or sell it to someone who will. Reducing overdue bills and increasing the police force. Those are the goals of neighboring West Hazleton. Lisa Sugart has more.
The borough of West Hazleton is looking to crack down on people who are delinquent in paying their garbage bills. Here to tell us about that today is West Hazleton Mayor Frank Schmidt and also West Hazleton Police Chief Brian Buglio. Mayor, this is important. If you can't collect the bills for a service you're providing, how do you pay the people who are providing the service?
That's correct. We have approximately $180,000 out there that people haven't paid altogether. And now we hired a collection agency to go after these people and try to get our monies.
Wow, I guess you didn't want to do that, but you really have no alternative.
Right, we have no choice. It isn't fair that other people are paying and other people are not paying.
Is there a time frame that they have to pay? I know you told me too, if forced to, you might have to put liens on some homes.
Yes, the top 20, we're going to start with the top 20 worst ones, and we're going to talk to them, and if they don't want to pay, we're going to have to put liens on their homes.
Is it that people are so financially distressed they can't pay, or are they just being negligent and not paying the bill?
I think some of them just don't care.
Wow.
But everybody's going to receive a letter, whether you owe 5,000 or 500, everybody will receive a letter. But the first top 20 we're going to start with, they're the ones we're going after, the highest ones. And if they don't pay, we're going to put liens on their homes.
Wow, that's tough. So if you do have a bill that is overdue, please do your best to contact the borough to take care of that. You told me, Mayor, as well, that there are some fee changes for the new year. So what are some of those changes that your residents should be aware of?
Well, permits to build a house or put a swimming pool in or fix your house, all these permits, the fees weren't increased in years and years. So now we're finally catching up, and we increased a lot of maybe about 30 different permits and stuff that we increased.
Does that help then with your budget as well?
Oh yeah, sure it does.
The police department, Chief, growing, it's changed from years past to now. How thrilled are you with what you see? Because your force has grown and you're hoping to grow it even more.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I mean, council's been extremely good with us, and the mayor. We've from just a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, we had one officer full time. We now have 3 full-time officers. We're looking to hire another full-time officer. We got a new police department. We have good equipment, so everything's moving forward. But with that, we also have a very tight budget that we work off of. And as the mayor said about some of these fees, we increased our non-reportable accidents. Just police reports, we increased those fees. I mean, they're not large increases, they're just a little bit of money to help us a little bit more.
So you do have 24-hour coverage in the borough, which years ago you were hoping to have that. So that's been achieved, and you also have a lot of part-timers on your force as well.
Yeah, when I took over as chief in 2009, that was one of my main goals, was to make our police department a full-time 24-hour police department. Since 2011, we've been full-time 24 hours. We provide 24-hour protection to the borough residents, and we're going to continue to do that. That's what we want to do. We want to provide good service for the residents of the borough.
Alrighty. And lastly, I wanted to bring up a point that you told me about, Mayor, that you said when anybody does move into the borough, you put out a sheet to them that is in both English and Spanish so that everybody knows what is required of them in the borough. How's that been working out?
It's working out very good. We started that a couple years ago, and we really cleaned up West Hazleton pretty good. I think we towed about 50 or 60 cars from residents that were not licensed or just abandoned and everything else, so that cleaned it up pretty nice. And people had tires and refrigerators in the backyard. They're all gone, and we still keep up with it, though. We still have the people cut their grass and maintain their property.
Do you think it was a communication issue, a lot of it, and because you put it in both English and Spanish, you're reaching your entire population now?
Absolutely. Yeah, because, when people were cited before, people that spoke Spanish, they said they didn't understand, they didn't know the rules and regulations, so now there's no excuse.
Alrighty, so a good idea to make sure that everybody is on the same page. If you have any questions or concerns about any of the permits or issues, give the mayor a call at the Borough of West Hazleton. Gentlemen, come back often, keep us up to date on how things are progressing.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. Coming up next, we'll go outdoor exploring from the comfort of our living rooms with the Stern Speaker's Kent Jackson. Get ready. The topic is coyotes. In sports, we have cougars. We'll get to know the Hazleton area point guard, Michael Casadas.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Brandon's Forever Home will be one of the 16 participants in the First Friday scavenger hunt this Friday in downtown Hazleton. The way it works, you visit the participating locations, find the answer to each clue, and snap a photo where needed. Enjoy art exhibits, food, shopping, and entertainment along the way. And you could win some fabulous prizes. For complete details on this family-oriented First Friday event, go to downtownhazleton.org. And for more information on Brandon's Forever Home, check them out on Facebook or go to brandonforeverhome.com. Time now for our weekly trip outdoors with Kent Jackson.
coyote hunting contests are getting underway across Pennsylvania. That means hunters will be deploying bait, decoys, and hound dogs day and night while trying to shoot a coyote and win a prize as high as $2,000. If that sounds barbaric to you, or you don't think that the coyotes have a chance to survive those 3-day contests, let me add some details. The Pennsylvania Game Commission lets hunters shoot coyotes any night or day of the year, including Sundays, when most other hunting is forbidden. Hunters can use bait, dogs, and electric decoys that make animal sounds, all of which are no-nos when hunting most other game animals. Despite the advantages given to hunters, coyotes have outlasted ranchers of the Old West who offered bounties and tried poison to get rid of them. In Pennsylvania, where coyotes arrived at least 60 years ago, they have spread to every county and they continue to thrive. They're hard to find, let alone kill. I've never seen one. The Pennsylvania coyotes are larger than their cousins in the West. While migrating across Canada to Pennsylvania, they bred with wolves and dogs, according to genetic analyses. A contest winner in Pennsylvania usually weighs near 50 pounds, while out west they weigh 35 or less. Coyotes sometimes hunt and forage alone, but this time of year they're mating, so they pair up. Coyotes eat just about anything, from roadkill to rubbish, or insects or berries. They control rats, mice, and Canada geese, but that means they eat deer too, or at least fawns younger than 9 weeks of age. The Game Commission says coyotes kill as many fawns as bears do, so deer hunters might wish there were fewer coyotes so there would be more deer. But coyotes have replaced wolves, which became extinct in Pennsylvania, and by hunting fawns, coyotes help regulate deer so populations don't outpace what the land can sustain. After deer reach 6 months of age or so, they're pretty safe from coyotes or any other predator. Less than 1% of deer that reach that age die to predators. Hunters, vehicles, starvation, and disease prove the bigger threats to adult deer. Coyotes can take livestock, although farmers can receive payments from the state to offset losses. Pets are at risk too. The Humane Society suggests that people keep cats indoors and keep dogs on leashes and refrain from leaving food and water dishes outdoors to discourage coyotes and other predators. Those are common tips that keep away bears, skunks, and other animals from your yard. And if you're worried about coyotes attacking you, relax. Since the 1980s, coyotes have killed just 2 people in North America.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Every now and then you might notice a snowflake hitting the camera lens on this snowy afternoon in downtown Hazleton. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. We do have a hazardous weather outlook with some snow still possible for our area tonight. Tonight we do have a 30% chance of snow before 7 p.m., then scattered snow showers mainly between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. It will be cloudy with a low of 28 degrees. New snow accumulation of less than a ½ inch possible. Wednesday we have a 20% chance for some isolated snow showers, mostly cloudy, high near 34, west wind 13 to 16 miles per hour. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, low of 21 degrees. For our Thursday, 20% chance of snow showers after 1 p.m., partly sunny, high of 27 degrees. At night, it will be partly cloudy with a low of 13. Friday looks partly sunny, high of 21. At night, we'll get down to 12 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Saturday, sunny once again with a high in the mid-20s. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low of 13 degrees.
It's a brand new year and we're back here at Edgewood by Sand Springs. We're in the beautiful bridal suite and we're joined again with Samantha Perkowski. She is the event coordinator here, and I'm sure a lot of people out there watching recently got engaged for the new year.
Oh yes, absolutely. So this is actually the best time of year to come and start looking at venues. A lot of people have gotten engaged over the holidays and for the new year as well. So we are doing a lot of business with having future brides come in and see our beautiful venue.
Now, Edgewood recently was taken over by Sand Springs, and it is growing tremendously. This year is a big year because you are actually expanding your venue.
We are. So this is so exciting for us. We are actually getting an on-site ceremony site, which is going to overlook our beautiful golf course. It's going to be within feet of our outside cocktail hour and, of course, our reception venue as well. So if you're looking for a venue that has everything all in one place, this is the place to come. We're actually breaking ground as of March for our ceremony site, so we're hoping to keep everybody up to date on the progress of that, and we're going to hope to be able to show it off to everyone as soon as it's complete.
You want to book soon because, again, those dates go quickly if you're looking within the next year or two.
Absolutely. So we've already began to book 2018 and some inquiries for 2019 as well. So if you are looking for a specific Saturday or a specific date, I would absolutely begin your venue search and start looking to book that as well.
All right, well, thanks for joining us here. We'll see you next week on SSPTV News.
Thank you, Janine. Before we break, here's our green screen. Your midday winning lottery numbers: pick 2, 19, pick 3, 307, pick 4, 7219, and pick 5, 49675. In sports, we'll get to know one of the key members of this year's Hazleton area basketball team when we come back.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
In classical music, a movement is a separate section of a larger composition. That's according to classicalworks.com. The Hazleton area Cougar basketball team's movement has been wonderful, and they are working on a masterpiece this season, and their conductor on the court is senior point guard Michael Casadas. Hazleton area high school boys basketball coach Mike Joseph likes his team to play fast and in control. He says he gives them a lot of offensive freedom, and in exchange, he's very demanding on defense. Being a coach can be a stressful job, and it all starts for Joseph with the first tick of the clock sometimes.
Often, first possession, if we don't win the tap, I'm like, oh God. They'll try and run 45, 50 seconds off the clock a minute, and we have things in place right now. We'll go right into half-court pressure because I don't want a game to be in the 30s or 40s because there's not a whole lot of margin for error then. We want more possession. We want more shots than our opponent. We want more scoring opportunities, and we try and, I guess, tempo is big with us. That's all music to senior point guard Michael Casadas' ears. How does he give you guys that offensive freedom? What do you really see?
As long as we're being aggressive, he doesn't really yell at us. It's a good shot. As long as we get back on D, even if we miss it, he won't really yell at you.
I love the fast pace of Cougar basketball. I've talked to lots of people. I mean, how much does that fit you? To always, the coach is like, I would have got 120 shots off the game. How much do you like that?
Oh, I love playing fast. I love keeping the intensity on and running up and down the court.
Music is also music to Casadas' ears.
What kind of music are you listening to? I mean, what are you into?
I listen to rap, hip-hop, yeah.
I listened to rap when I was in high school, and I can't, I'm old now, so I don't know who's new. Who would you suggest to me? Who should I be with?
Number one rapper out right now, Kodak Black, by far.
Tell me something he does. I mean, why do you like him so much?
He has his own swag.
Okay.
He doesn't care what anybody thinks about him. And he's been through a lot, and he puts it in his raps.
Will you listen to this before a game? Is this what you're getting pumped up to?
Yeah. Ask anybody, Kodak's coming on pregame.
Casadas has his own swag on the basketball court. He likes to play with flash and confidence.
When you say your flashiness, when are you showing it off in the court? What do you take the most pride in? Is it your passing ability? Is it how you move with the ball?
Passing, dribbling, transition, especially transition. That's where teams are on their heels, so it's easier to make a play.
Earlier this year, Joseph called Casadas the straw that stirs the Cougars' drink. That's a big compliment because this drink is good. Hazleton area is putting up big offensive numbers, and as of now, they remain unbeaten in Wyoming Valley Conference play. Casadas has been around basketball his whole life. He says his dad had him in the gym when he was around 3 weeks old. Brian Casadas was a longtime Cougar assistant coach, and Michael was a ball boy for the team when he was in elementary school.
How have you improved? How'd you come along? Was it your dad helping you out that much?
Yeah, but there was a point where me and my friends would just play basketball every day. Just all we would do was play basketball. So that helps a lot of hard work.
Where'd you go play basketball every day?
YMCA, East End Park, Beach Street.
Casada says the flash comes from the playground. Speaking of flash, Casada is like the flash for the Cougar track and field team. He holds the school record in the 400 and is part of the 4x4 relay team that has the school record in that event. He's trying to decide if he wants to run track or play basketball in college. Right now, he is sure of this. He doesn't want this magical Cougar season to end.
When we're playing well and everything's clicking, you really don't want to come off the court. Sometimes you have to, but you really don't want to.
Eventually, these Cougars are going to have to come off the court. Like Casadis, life moves fast, so pay attention because you might miss Casadis' brilliance. If you blink, you may miss a dribble or a pass, and you'll look up and you'll notice more points on the board for Hazleton area. That interview almost got derailed because one of Casadis' favorite rappers is the Notorious B.I.G., who just so happens to be my favorite rapper of all time, and I could talk all about that for a long period of time. But right now, it's time for the SSPTV Standard Speaker Scoreboard. A late layup by Faith Sleva helped Pine Grove beat Tamaqua in girls basketball. Hazleton area beat Lake Lehman behind 14 points from Marissa Trivalpiece and Maddie Mrochko. Weatherly was up in the fourth quarter, but Marion grabbed another important win in the Schuylkill League. Brenna Carnish scored 11 points in that big fourth quarter. The team Marion is chasing in Schuylkill League Division III also won. Monoy area beat Nativity, and they were led by Abby McGee with 14 points. Allie Wargo had led Shenandoah Valley with 15 points in their win. Avery Jordan scored 19 for North Schuylkill as they beat Lehighton. In a non-league college game, Wilkes beat Penn State Hazleton. Former Marion Philly Emily Safranco had 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals for Wilkes. Once again, Jorge Moncayo and Paul Flowers won 2 events for Hazleton area. However, they lost to Dallas in the pool. Maggie Yanis won the 200 and the 500 free for the Hazleton girls. Well, that's sports. You check out the social report. I'm going to listen to some Biggie.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First night, the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts will be hosting the 6th annual A Taste of Theater, which will be held Saturday, February 4th at 7 p.m. The event will be held at the J.J. Farrar Center located on Broad Street in Hazleton, and the evening includes a silent auction, food samplings from local chefs, cash bar, entertainment by the jazz band Round Midnight, and the PTPA performers. Cost is $30 per person or $50 per couple. For info, just call 570-454-5451. Our next announcement. Have you gotten your ticket yet for the 2017 Grey Dog Raffle? This raffle is a major fundraiser for St. John Bosco Church in Cunningham. Prizes include a 2-year lease on a 2017 Cadillac, purchase of a Mazda, or $20,000 cash. The winners will be drawn Super Bowl Sunday, February 5th. For info, just call 570-788-1997. And finally, Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo. They're having a Pierogi, Halushki, and Halupki sale Friday, February 3rd from 10 a.m. to 5:30. Please call ahead to secure your order 570-929-2179 at tonight's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Rosemary V. Mastrocola, formerly of Whitehaven. Mass is Saturday at 10:30 a.m. at the St. Ambrose Roman Catholic Church in Schuylkill Haven. Viewing is Saturday from 9 to 10:15 a.m. at the church. Arrangements are by the Connell Funeral Home. Mary L. Vanek of Long Branch, New Jersey. Mass is Saturday at 10:30 a.m. at the Our Lady of Immaculate Conception Parish at St. Anne's Church. The McNulty Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Michael J. Hunsinger of Hazleton. A memorial service will be held at a later date. The John J. Pustai Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. And Irene A. Brown of Levittown. Friends may call Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the James J. Doherty Funeral Home. Friends may also call Thursday from noon to 1 p.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home.
There were some local athletic, high school basketball, and some winter sports postponements. We have them up on our Facebook page, facebook.com/SSPTV News. And remember, we start our opioid series tomorrow here on the news. We'll see you then. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.